Hey everyone, Percy here. Okay, the violin. You know that instrument? Strauss? Was he a violin player? I think he was, wasn't he? Anyway, there is a new free plugin on the market. Well, on the market, it's free, that emulates the sound of a violin. So this is the latest plugin from Sample Science and it's called French Violin. Now, is it any good? Is it usable? Let's take a look.
Supercy.
Okay, French Violin by Sample Science. Now I will leave a link in the description. That link will take you to this webpage. Now if you scroll down a little bit, then here you will find the download button. If you press that button, then here you can first of all select the operating system that you need, that you have rather, and then down here you can set the amount. You can still say $0, but if you appreciate what they're doing at Sample Science, you could also say 10 or 20 or whatever you want. Now then you can press I want this, obviously, and then here you will have to enter your email address, then press get, and then you'll be able to download the package. So this is what the package contains, so these three files. So let's open the installation instruction, and it says copy the DLL file and the instrument folder to your VST plugin folder, and that basically means this is the instrument folder, this is the DLL file. You need to copy those two, well, basically to anywhere on your computer, as long as they're together in the same location, very important. And then of course you need to tell your DAW where it can find them, and that is basically all there is to it. Now, when that all is done, this is what the plugin is going to look like. And it kinda looks exactly the same as most of the other Sample Science plugins. Okay, now let's quickly take a look at the interface. But first let me press a few keys so you can hear exactly what it sounds like. Kinda sounds like a violin, doesn't it? Okay, now up here we have a few articulations to choose from, 6 in total. So we are now on arco vibrato. Not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but we also have arco non vibrato. We have pizzicato vibrato. We have pizzicato non vibrato. Not sure I hear a huge difference. We have spiccato. And finally we have tremolo. Alright, so those are the 6 articulations to choose from. Now let's take a look at the rest of the interface. Here we have that's also a kind of vibration feature. Not sure exactly how to call it officially, but this, again, this is how it sounds like without. If I engage it, not really sure how often you're going to use that with this instrument. Here we have low and high. I'm not really sure what that is. It might refer to low cut, high cut, I'm not sure. Here we have panning, volume, reverb. Very useful in this case. Cut off. Alright, down here we have some basic ADSR settings, we have preamp and glide, and then down here we have a virtual keyboard. And that is basically the entire interface. So it's not a lot, it's not a feature-packed plugin, but it will give you enough to get you going with something. And it's kind of exactly what the name suggests, so it is a violin sound. French violin, yeah, I'm not really sure what makes it French, but it is a violin sound and it sounds pretty good. Okay, so what do I think of French violin? Well, basically the same as most of the other free Sample Science plugins. I mean, if you hear this plugin, you're probably not gonna say, okay, that might be a real violin player playing around here somewhere. that's probably not going to happen. It's not that realistic, but it's realistic enough to use in productions. Probably not classical productions. I mean, if you're into classical music, this might not be it for you, but I mean, R&B, hip hop, pop music, basically the more popular genres, this can be very useful for that. One thing that I think is typical for these sample science plugins is that they're not giving you a lot, so not a lot of features, not a lot of variety, but it might be enough for what you need it to do in many cases. I mean, for example, if you're looking for a simple violin sound, there it is, and it sounds pretty good, you know? So all in all, would I recommend it? I would say, especially considering it's absolutely free, of course. Of course, I would recommend at least checking it out. And again, especially if you're on a budget, if you don't want to spend that much, go check it out. All right, so go check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Yeah, and that's basically it for today. So I'm gonna thank you for watching, and I'm gonna talk to you pretty soon.